All right, so let's elevate our thoughts. Take a deep breath. As we are here today to elevate our spirits, nourish, seeking for peace, knowledge, love, reminding ourselves of all the good things that we have. We are children of God, and we know that we can always do good. We ask this moment, our mentors and guides, bless each one of us. They're present here, in the flesh, in the spirits. All the ones that are at home or listening to this, may all of us be surrounded by love and the presence of the Christ. We are grateful, dear Lord, for all your blessings, for life itself, and all the wonderful things in our lives, including our challenges, knowing that we are not alone. And every day we have the opportunity to do your job on earth. We are your children. We can all be Christ's and plant the seed of love, of peace, of charity, of harmony in this planet. And as we feel your presence and the presence of the good spirits and mentors, we ask permission to start the meeting of this morning. So be it. All right, let's pause the music for now. Good morning, everyone. Good morning at home. And I'm here melting. We are in California, San Diego. It's very hot today, and I know there are other places in the world that's even hotter or cold. But we are here, and the heat is intense in the sense that we are all full of wonderful energy, so we feel it. So, welcome, and today we will talk about a responsible spirit. It's based on the book Times of Health and Consciousness by the spiritual De Angelis, and I always like talking about this book. She talks about consciousness and she connects different topics with consciousness. And this chapter 16, she talks about responsibility and consciousness. So let's dive into this topic together, thinking of responsibility. How am I responsible? What are my responsibilities? And I have my responsibility as a father, as a mother, as a parent, as a spouse, as a friend, responsibility at work, responsibility as a human being, responsibility in this world. What is my responsibility out there? At the moment that I open the door in the morning, I am responsible. I'm responsible for my actions. I'm responsible for what I do. I'm responsible for what I say. Right? So, let's start. And I would like to start talking about apologizing. As an educator, as a teacher, or, even adults, we see a lot when one child hurts another child, we say, go there and say, you're sorry. Have you seen that? Have you said that? Say you're sorry, right? Which is good. We teach our children to apologize. But it is time to go to the next step. There is a book that I read, and I love this book. It's called Sorry. by Tree Ludwig. And this boy, he does a lot of things. He breaks people's projects. He's just do whatever he wants. And some kids, why are you doing this? He says, don't worry, I got this. You got this? Why? All you have to say is, I'm sorry. And you're good. My mom always says, and then he does something mean, and mom says, go there, you apologize to your sister, and apologize, but it's not happy. Because saying I'm sorry is good, but it's not enough. How many times do we say we are sorry? And that's a good thing, please. When it's sincere apology, when you know you messed up, right? But if we keep doing the same thing. At the school with the kids, I do that a lot when they say, you just hurt a child, your friend. And of course, is apologize, go, no, come here. Let's look at each other. Look, do you see how she feels or he feels crying? How is she feeling? Upset. Why? Well, I hurt her, okay? So I'm sorry for hurting you. And then they are not off the hook. Next I say, how are you going to make it up? How are you going to fix it? Although there are things that can't be fixed. But me, I start teaching how to hold them accountable. And they come up with a solution. They said, okay, so I'm so sorry that during recess we're going to play together. I broke your pencil, you can use mine, all right? Let's repair the harm the best we can. So why I'm saying this? What does it have to do with Joanna de Angelis, Spiritism, all this stuff? It's because it's time to hold ourselves accountable for our actions. And the more that we study Spiritism, we know that we cannot just get our way. We do, but we always be held accountable and we have to answer, as we know that this life is not the only one. And the more that we study this beautiful philosophy, the more I go, oh my God, I have to be careful. I can't say something really mean to Susanna. She might not forgive me for the rest of this lifetime. And then next life, I have to come with her again. No, it's not going to work, so let me do something. But when it's sincere. So, when we are about to be born, or, God gives us something called the free will. And you say, yeah, gosh, this is the hardest thing. Because I have really to be careful what I do. And this is one of the hardest things to teach little ones. They don't know yet because everything is emotion. Everything is, I want it, I take it. I don't like you, I bite you. And here we are. That's so important going to school when you are, preschool, play with others. But come on. We have still adults that are still bite. If you know what I mean. That are not nice. And we just have to be more aware because we have choices. So when we have the free will and we have these choices, right? Like here, I have a cake and I have a candle. And I singing happy birthday, blow the candle, right? Well, I have several choices. I can blow the candle. I can go, tss. I can get a bucket full of water and dump. I can get the fire extinguisher. I hope nobody does that. I'm just being silly here, but it's a choice. And how many times there's just a little fire going on, And we get a bucket of water and we throw the water and get everybody wet. And towards the end, everybody's upset. And all we had to do is... So I love this picture that I found on the internet. If you give a hammer, it's a choice. What are you going to do with it? I know, I was like, at least it was a cartoon. I didn't find a real picture, but we're going to move on. Right? But we are responsible for our choices. And our choices have short and long-term consequences in this life or future reincarnations. So when we learn that, things change. I remember my daughter said, I'm so mad at my dad. I said, you better forgive him because you're going to come back together. She says, no. Oh, yes, start working on that in this lifetime because you never know. Right? So Joanna de Angelis then brings the consciousness. We need to be conscious of our responsibility or what we came here on earth to do. And so we can make better choices. So first she reminds us that everybody have this divine origin. We all have the divinity inside. We all have the good thing inside, the good seed. We do. So we need to wait, right? And stop and think, that's hard. Stop and think, right? So when we bring back, when we nurture this divine seed of goodness inside us, it helps us to make better choices. But then we need to listen to our consciousness. And the consciousness tells us what's right or wrong, what is good and bad. Again, my daughter once in a while, she says, I want to do this, but you're in my head. Hi, Mom, I want to do this. And it's like I keep hearing you saying to me, Barbara, moderation. You are there, my conscience, and it's good. We need to have, us parents, or we hear our parents in our head, hopefully when they are saying good things. We need to listen to our consciousness. But there are times in this life that this material world is so seductive. I want to watch TV for 5 hours, or I will read a book. Of course I'm going to watch TV. I want to just have one piece of cake. It tastes so good even though I'm full. Come on, I can have another piece. And then you go, oh, and you feel sick. It's hard to hear conscious because we know what we're doing. We know what we are eating. We know what we are talking about people, right? Because we all need this guy here. We all have him. Jiminy Cricket, that Pinocchio, oh my God, he learned the hard way. If you want to talk about consciousness with your children or even adults, watch Pinocchio again. But talk about it. That guy here, he keep trying. Conscious is that still a small voice that people won't listen to. But don't beat yourself up. I know, you're getting better. Right? This requires practice. And I was searching online and I found this PowerPoint from this lady talking about consciousness to children. And look how easy her explanation. Have you noticed that you get an uneasy feeling down inside of you when you say or do something wrong? This is your conscious. Your conscious is like a little voice inside of you that tells you when you are right and when you are wrong. You must learn to listen to your conscious, because this is one way God speaks to you. You know, when you yell and you do something, and then you walk out, and then you start feeling bad because you know you blew it. You know, oh, your conscience like, hello, Jiminy Cricket here. Oh, you really hurt. And the worst thing is when you say a lot of mean things to somebody. I've done it. And then the person, instead of fighting or argue, is silent. And you know you're hurting. Oh, that silence is deadly. It hurts to go, oh my gosh. And then you don't sleep well. You are driving. That thing is crossing your mind. You know, your conscience telling, hey, Bernadette, you shouldn't have said that. Until you go back and you apologize and you have a conversation, you were troubled. Because we are responsible for what you say and what you do. And we need to listen more our divine voice. That's the voice of God. And we may numb, we may block it at times. But then what do you need to do? We need to feed that soul. Right? Again, responsibility. It's our responsibility to feed ourselves morally and spiritually in order to fulfill better our duties. We need to feed ourselves, to educate ourselves morally, spiritually. Coming here is good. Reading book is add to the list. Educate ourselves in knowledge and love, because our spirit seeks evolution. It's our responsibility to grow. And when we grow more and spiritually, it's easier to deal with temptations. There is those temptations. It's hard. And we study Spiritism. We know about the spirits. And when we, in the law of attraction, if we attract negative energy, it's hard. So that spiritual muscle, we go to the gym. Some of you, not me yet. I'm planning. I'm working on that. I have to. We talk to my husband. We have to work out. But we need to exercise the spiritual muscle. So when we come with temptation, when we feel like we bite our tongue and say, you know what? I'm not feeling good right now. I'm angry. I need to walk away for a little bit before I say something that I will regret, because I'm 100% responsible for what comes out of my mouth. At this moment, we don't know how much it can affect someone. So, responsibility to feed ourselves and nurture our spirit. Also, our reincarnatory responsibility. There was a huge plan for us to be here, right? There is a lot of planning. They plan the kind of body you're going to have, the family, the place to live, the profession, socioeconomic status. It was a huge planning. So we have all the spirits, all this group responsible for our reincarnation. And then they give that to you here. And you are responsible now to keep going. And some of us do a good job. Some of us do nothing. And some get all the responsibility in throwing the trash. Because I don't want to deal with this responsibility. But we'll have to eventually. We can't run away from our responsibility. Then all these contribute to help us accomplish our objectives. We pre-establish goals for our moral and spiritual improvement. So we talk about be responsible for your life in this reincarnation. It's like, I, Joanna, it's too much responsibility. It's hard. I don't want to be that responsible all the time. I know. It is hard, but she had to remind us. And that responsibility for our life. We need to own our part of what we do. Own what we create. If we will live in a relationship that's not healthy, or it is the work, or whatever it is, own your part. What have I done to create that? It's so easy just to complain, right? But what am I doing? What did I do? Am I doing anything to change? No, I'm just going to blame Renato. It's easier. I think it's all Renato's fault, right? See, anything goes wrong in my house, you didn't fix it, you didn't do a good job. I'm saying this because Renato, you don't know online, he is a wonderful handyman and we all love his work. But I just want to blame. I don't care if it's the foundation, that when they built the house, there was something wrong. No, I have to blame somebody. And poor guy, he was not even there when they built the house. So stop blaming. We are not victims. Nobody. Can we read, if you want to read that sentence with me? Nobody
is responsible for their thoughts, feelings, words, and actions.
Ay, ay, ay. No, you are responsible for the way I feel. It's your fault. You made me do it. There's something that kids do all the time. She's mad for no reason. I didn't do anything. It was his. I see, no, it wasn't me. He started. Right? All the time he started. Okay, he started. What could you have done? When he started, he got mad and threw the chair at the boy. It's at that level in my classroom. So what could you have done differently? Breathe, okay. Walk away. Tell him, stop, I don't like that. And he then could ask for help. But you chose to throw the chair. So now you have to deal with that. So even though people may say things that hurt us, because we are human beings, and yes, it's our choice if you're going to talk back, yell, and hurt the person, because you are feeling hurt. You are hurting me, I'm going to hurt you back. But I know better. If I nurture my soul, if my conscience, if my Jesus, my Christ conscience knows what to do, what would Jesus do? Breathe, take a little break, and then address, because you are hurt and the other person hurt you, and then you're going to try to talk. Is it easy? No. We can try. Eventually, we all have to accept full and total responsibility for our actions, for everything we have done and have not done. Why I love this so much? Because it says, have not done. Just not doing, just being nice. It's good, but you can do even more. Oh, I'm not hurting anybody, I'm just staying at home here. Well, God gave us all those gifts and we choose not to do anything. What are many things that we were invited to help and serve and we said, not now. Not now. We keep saying tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. And tomorrow arrives and nothing. We are responsible for that. When we go back and the spirits go down. So Bernadette, let's see here in the computer. Let's see your file. Ooh, you forgot to do this. You said you're going to be at the meeting on Thursday. You didn't show up. You said you're going to vacuum. And you said that you're going to do this and that, and you didn't do. How do people know you by? Can they count on you? I know the people when I want to do something and I have a project. I know who I'm going to talk to, because even though these friends are busy, I know they're, oh, hold on, I'm busy, but maybe I have 5 minutes. But you have others that, how do you know you by? Like, are you the one that's always late 20 minutes to help? Oh, that's Bernadette. Oh, no count on her because she will always be here 20 minutes later. You know, you are home or there online, you might be thinking, oh, I know somebody like this. But ask yourself, am I like this once in a while? I promised to do this. I promised to come to the meeting. Oh no, I just want to sleep. I promised to help this. Then don't promise. Right? And then there is the responsibility in relation to others. Almost there, just 2 more slides. I really like this. How much do we delegate to others the responsibility that falls to us alone? If somebody takes the responsibility to do something, be careful. We might be overwhelming somebody, giving too much of that responsibility for somebody. Is it a work relationship, at home? Oh, no, Bernadette will do it. Oh, just give it to her. Just give it to her. She's working. She's doing this. She's teaching. Oh, and then she can't come home and do this. Or you know, your husband, no, that's okay. He can always do that. Be careful when we are in our comfort zone and we are doing too much to one person in one specific area. We're going to be asked for that. You have your responsibility to participate, to help. And how much do we expect them to do for us? Like here, usually, I don't know, I think it's Susanna, sorry, I keep talking about this group that she vacuums once in a while. I don't know who does this, but I've been coming here during the week. It's kind of, the carpet is dirty. And for a while, it's being, you know, I've seen it, and my mind is, when somebody's gonna vacuum here? It's so dirty. Hi, what is Anísio doing? Can he just vacuum? Can his son William vacuum? Right? It's bothering me. Why don't I do it? Why do I have to ask somebody to do something that I can do it? So we expect too much. Oh, that's okay. He's going to do for us. She's going to do for us. It's time to do something, right? You will lie now. Almost there. And how much do we want to do everything for the other person? We have this problem too. We take too much responsibility in our hands and we become an enabler. We don't let the other person grow and take responsibility. So we need to take responsibility, but also help others to take some responsibility too. And let's be responsible by taking responsibility for ourselves. Because who's responsible? She did. It's her fault. She did it. He did it. So we are used to blaming. And the Spirit's book, in the Gospel according to Spiritism, it says, who then is responsible for man's afflictions if not man himself? Yep. So then in a great number of cases, he is the cause. We are the cause of our own misfortunes. But instead of recognizing this fact, he finds it easier and less humiliating to his vanity to accuse his bad luck. Oh, it was bad luck. wasn't me. It was bad luck. Was providence, or even his unlucky star, when in actual fact his unlucky star is his own carelessness. Ouch. Ow, pull my ear. So, responsibility. Looking how many areas Joanna is reminding us about our responsibility and our consciousness. And to close this, I want to bring one last responsibility, our spiritual responsibility. In a sense that we come here, we receive, we read the books, we go to lectures, right? We need to also have spiritual goals. God gives us tons of gifts. What are we doing with that? And it's going to ask, hey, Bernadette, I gave you a lot of talents. What did you do with them? You are responsible to do. What do you offer to others? I just put everything in my box and Ty, it's me, it's my gifts. My gifts are not for me. It's to share with the world. And closing with this, what are you manifesting in the world with all God's gifts given to you? Let's be more responsible. Take responsibility. And use all those things that God gave to us. And in charge, now we are in charge, that we are responsible to the world. And can we start this now? There will be more awareness. All right, thank you. Let's do now our